Hello and welcome back to Auto Reviews 24. Today I am here to present you the 2026 Calgary Auto and Truck Show right behind me. We are going to talk about all the brands under this hood and understand what do they have in their portfolio. But the biggest disappointment this year is a lot of car manufacturers have decided not to participate. Mainly brands like BMW and Audis are not present today because they have their own reasons. The reasons are they are completely resetting their products. So most likely they will be there out in the next year's auto show covering their all new models. But before that, we get into all the details of the products. Let's start with each brand one by one. Well, there we are at my favorite stall in this auto show, which is the Cadillac one, and boy, they have gone all out with those cars. You have got the Lyric here, you have got that big Escalades, the Vistic, the Escalade IQ there, the Lyric there itself, and the Optic right forward there, and you even have the CD5 and CD4s. But this car is doing great things in the market these days. In past few years, they've completely revamped their product portfolio, and this is one of the best products in the luxury category right now. If you are into a GM product and you love the design of the Cadillac, then this is it for you. Alright then, so right now I'm here at the Chevy Tall, and you can see a lot of cars from GM, right? A lot of trucks, obviously, they have their electric versions of the Silverados as well as the gas versions, the V8 versions right there. And you have mass cars for normal common peoples like Equinox right here. You have got Trax, I believe, this one. And you got some interesting cars in front of me. I love this green color here in front of me. That's the Trax actually, and this one is a Trailblazer, and you have the Chevy Equinox EV right here, as well as those typical other three-row SUV right there. That one is the Chevrolet Traverse, and this is their new Bolt for a entry level all electric car. As you see, it has got a good interesting design and some interior space. I love the way they have cars for all the people who are entry level buyers, mid level, as well as people who are fan of trucks. But I'm going to show you something unique now. So here you go, guys. This is the all new Corvette ZR1, one of the fastest supercar available in the market, which you can buy. I don't know how much. I believe it's roughly around $300,000, but it's as good as any other car out there in terms of Ferraris, Bugattis, and whatnot. Because this has 1,000 horsepower, and boy, this yellow looks really, really cool. And if you are looking for a reasonable price version of the Corvette, that green one right there is the Stingray version of it, which you can roughly buy it around $100,000. You still get the same style and everything, isn't it? But well, I am in love with this particular car right here. It looks so stunning. Let me show you the interior in case we have access to it. But for the matter of fact, this is brand new. I'm pretty sure that might be closed. Yeah, the door is locked, but as you can see, the interior is very similar to the previous generation cars. Alright, so now I'm here at the Nissan stall, and as you can see, they have put together a good show here in this particular auto show. Mainly you will see cars like the new 2026 Leaf, the Kick. We have a very special edition which is the Rogue plug-in hybrid right there. We have the brand new 2026 Sentra here as well, and we all have other products like the Nissan products right here, which is the Murano as well as Pathfinder and everything else. So let us take each of those cars in detail and understand what they have to offer. So now right beside me is this all new Rogue plug-in hybrid, and apparently, as we all know, Nissan shares its powertrain with the Mitsubishi brand as well. This is exactly the same car as the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid. As you see, the design element is very similar with some touches of Nissan. Other than that, everything else looks pretty similar, as well as the C-shaped design element from the Outlander as well. So Nothing specifically new about this product, but the only thing is the price point. This car comes at around $60,000, which is a great starting price for a decent 5-row seats, as well as having a plug-in hybrid option with roughly around 13 to 18 kilowatt hour battery, I believe so. But overall, I must say this is a great choice by Nissan that they are offering this product aside in parallel with the Mitsubishi Outlander. So here is what we have is the Nissan Murano. As you see, it started the new design language for the Nissan brand, and it now has trickled down into the Leaf, the new Sentra right there, and also cars like the Kick over here is also having this new off-road model, which looks really sexy, especially with the price point and the smaller size of it. You have the Nissan Pathfinder, their bread and butter as such for the 3-row SUVs in mid-size segment, and you have the Nissan Armada right here, which is their flagship SUV, 3-row again, but full-size category, and it looks really decent. I'm next to this beautiful 2026 Nissan Kick. We all know this has been the entry-level SUV for Nissan, and it goes against the Hyundai Venue, especially the Kia Seltos and other car manufacturers, which is also great selling products. But Nissan Kick has been doing really well after they have completely redesigned this in 2025. And as you can see, the design is really flamboyant. I love these straight lines, very intriguing and good looking design in front. But hey, look at this special edition. It's called the off-road version. You will see the off-road badging and the color combinations with this orange accent everywhere. And that's why I wanted to cover this particular car here. The front is again simple. It has got glowing Nissan logo with this front camera system as well for this 29,000 Canadian dollar price point. That is really awesome. Especially it will give you that 360-degree camera view and everything. Radar system in front, over to the side. Especially this is an off-road edition, so you will see wheels here are all black matte finish, and it's a fast series look, and I really love it. Coming to the side, the USP of this off-road edition is it comes with 8-inch of ground clearance with some really cool accent of kick, as well as that orange accent for the off-road oriented car. Overall, the side profile is also decent and looks really nice. You have some cool cycle handles here as well, which you can use it. Again, this is an aftermarket one from Thule, but you can install the Nissan product as well. Overall, the side looks pretty similar from the regular Nissan. Now let's go to the back of this car. That's where you will see some more design changes. This Kick being the off-road version, you have an off-road spell over here as well. Again, with this SR badge, you get that orange accent every which way. I love this blacked out accent of Nissan branding, as well as all LED lights. Everything is very neatly designed. The rear bumper is also something new for this off-road edition. All white painted with this beautiful orange accent to it, which is reflective as well. And you have this exhaust system here, which is quite decent. But I would have loved if they could have added some sort of a sporty exhaust system here, considering the off-road and the SR badge. Let's talk about the trunk space here. Again, this is a classic trunk space. It comes with power operated trunk. You have roughly around again 18 to 20 cubic feet of space in my opinion, but it is very decent and simple. As you see, you can even flat the second row seats manually as such. That's pretty much it. You do not have power operated trunk, actually, my bad, that is physical. Now let's go into the front seats and the interior of this new SR off-road edition. Again, because this is an off-road model, the step-in height is really decent and nice, especially like an SUV. Now you see that design element of Nissan continuing here as well. This is more of a curved screen here, 12.3 inches digital drivers display and an infotainment system as well. But the material quality is quite nice. Look at this soft carbon fiber style plastic. I would say it's not a leather, but the dashboard here does have leather with some orange stitching to it. Overall, the HVAC system is very decent, blacked out, and looks really nice and clean. While talking about the steering wheel here, again some good physical buttons with some black accent here, looks really premium with some stitching as well. Overall, the seats are comfortable here with some orange fabric inside the seats. You don't have a electrically adjustable seat, which is a zonk in my opinion. Overall, to the side panel or to the door panel of this Nissan Kick, I love it really because it has got some ambient lighting, two-tone finish to it, some leather finish with some stitching, some carbon fiber style leather here as well, some plastic finish here, but it looks really premium. Again, both sound system come standard with this as well. and looks really neat. Now from the passenger side, I wanted to show you the seats, especially for the off-road edition. This is a fabric, but it looks really soft and nice. It, especially this beautiful orange accent to it, looks really premium. The dashboard continues to be really impressive as well. Very straightforward and simple layout with start stop button, wireless charger, two USB-Cs, as well as traditional gear shifters. And I love this orange accent along with it. The center armrest here is comparatively very small, as you can see. Only one hand fits in nicely, but it's slightly on a softer side, which is good. Now the cubby space under it is very less. Look at this, it's not even one hand deep, so that's a zonk as well, but it is what it is. At least you have got good deep cup holders here. Let's talk about the rear space. Now I'm at the back seat of the new Nissan Kick. Again, impressive space here as well. Softer seats, the same beautiful woven finish continues here with some fabric orange stitching. Looks really premium. The seats are quite high from the floor, and which apparently translates into good under thigh support as well as space. As you can clearly see, there is a cutout behind the front seats which gives you an additional space as well. No AC vents for the second row passengers, but you still have two USB-Cs. You have a panoramic sunroof here, which I believe it does open, which is great. One cool element of this particular edition SR is you get Bose sound system on your headrest, and that is really a personal premium touch to it. Well, obviously you get standard support here for the cup holders for the second row as well, which is good to know. Overall, for the price point of 30,000 Canadian dollars, being an SUV with 8-inch ground clearance and off-road touch to it and some orange element exterior wise, interior wise, this car really shines, and I must say people will love this, especially the way it looks. Now I am here at the Subaru stall, and you can see that there are a lot of cars here as well, especially this new electric versions of Subaru's recently launched, mind you, the Uncharted version as well as the Trail Seeker right there in the blue. Over here is where you have their classic WRX as well as their mass production Impreza, which is also something small and decent size, I would say. Overall, this area is full of surprises when it comes to new launches from Subaru. It's the cars for people who want to keep it for long time, and it does give you an impression of great fit and finish, high quality products. As you see this all electric Trail Seeker here and the Trail version over there in the orange, you will see it's essentially made from the same Toyota platform, 77 kilowatt hour battery and the same 430 kilometers of range. Just the only difference here is the way it looks from outside. Pretty much the interior remains the same, and that's what this Japanese manufacturers are doing these days, is just sharing their platforms and creating different versions of it. Alright folks, so now I'm here at the Toyota stall, and you can see they have a massive presence in this 2026 Calgary Auto Show. Especially they have got pretty much all the models you have except the new all-electric Highlander. I'm going to walk you through most of them and talk you through all the good things they have to offer in their portfolio. Now let me show you quick around what do they have here right now. You have got that new RAV4 right there, the Grand Highlander. They have got an all-electric BZ Woodland as well as the sportier edition GR. You have got some Siennas back there, some GR as well as some new Toyota 4Runner right there. We are going to talk everything about this beautiful car setup here from Toyota. Beside me is the new all-electric BZ from Toyota. We have got three different models here. Right on my left is the XLE version, which is a single motor version. On my right is a dual motor version, which is an off-road version, which is called Woodland. And right behind me in the black is the top of the line BZ Limited, which has got all the bells and whistles and the power what you need. Let me walk you through the limited version of it and give you a fair understanding of what the product is, and especially with a 77 kilowatt hour battery and a roughly range of 436 kilometers. Is this the Toyota BZ or an electric car which you want to buy, or you want to actually get the Lexus version of the same platform? Now let's get started. So now we are next to this limited version of this BZ, which has got all the bells and whistles. Again, the XLE model which I showed previously on my left, the red one right there, actually is at a price point of 50,000 Canadian dollars. The Woodland is around 67, and this one is also around 67,000 Canadian dollars. but what you get is the federal rebate of $5,000 as well, which is something to note about if it qualifies for that. Now, having said that, the front fascia of this is very similar to the RAV4 Neo design, C-shape daytime running lights. You have your actual headlights right over here. Again, being an all-electric car, everything is closed in front, but it is looking really neat and clean, with the lower bumper being more slightly aggressive sider. On the side, you will see the same boxier design like a RAV4. The only difference is here you don't have the plastic cladding, but you have a body colored panel. You have roughly around 20 inches of alloy wheels, which has dual tone finish to it. Overall, it looks very clean design. The same cuts and finishes of the side panels and the door looks very similar to the Lexus electric version of it as well. It shares the same platform apparently. This one also has an 8-inch of ground clearance. Over to the back of this car is where you will see a slightly different design than the RAV4 size of it. Now you see the rear tail lights are really the talking point of this BZ, because it looks really modern, elegant, and one line finish of this tail light looks really clean as well as modern. It has also got a small spoiler over here, which because of the black color it's not visible, but it looks really nice. BZ badge, which signifies it's an all electric car with all wheel drive as well. I really love for the fact that this lower bumper has this interesting diffuser cuts here, which looks different than the very plain vanilla lower bumpers in the electric cars in the modern world. One more thing I found is this very aggressive rear spoilers, which is kind of interesting as it's not connected, it's just on the either side of things, but it looks really nice and clean. No rear wiper in this BZ. That's one thing which you need to keep in mind. If you live in a countryside road, you might not have a very clean rear window. But the good thing is, I believe they do offer the rear camera system, which it is right here. We'll see how it reflects in the rear view mirror. But let's open the trunk. The trunk is as big as the RAV4, around 27 cubic feet of space here. Very simple layout, boxier design. It does come with 120 volt of household power outlet, which you can turn on or off with the switch. On my left is the JBL subwoofer. But overall, it is a very decent electric car to have from Toyota's portfolio. Now let us hop inside this new BZ limited version and understand how good it is in terms of space, fit and finish quality, material choices, and everything else. Again, the hopping is really easy. 8-inch ground clearance, softer seats, 8 to 10 way adjustable power operated driver seats. The steering wheel is very interesting, as you have got slightly on a smaller size, I would say, which is fine. It does have regenerative braking with these pedal shifters. You have got a lot of buttons, physical buttons, which is good. Interesting choice of keeping the driver's display quite far from the eyesight, which sometimes in my opinion cuts out with this rim of the steering wheel when it is looking in front of you. But the good thing is you get this massive 14-inch infotainment screen, which we'll talk about later. Over to my left is where you have this door panel, which is again all blacked out, very simple and classic layout. Little bit of softer plastic comparatively, and soft leather here as well. Nothing fancy to talk about, very clean design here. Let's talk about the center console from the passenger side. Now over from the passenger side, you can see the seat qualities here is quite softer and has a lot of bolstering, which is good. Overall, the front dashboard is very low in size, very interesting design of the skirts. I don't think we can put any items there, but it is what they have designed. This is a fake vent here. The only active vent is right here, but it gives you a slimmer profile. Now to open this glove box, this is more like a speaker or something. I don't think there is any glove box here. Maybe it opens from the center screen, but overall the center console here mimics the newer 14-inch display what you find in Lexus products. Same knobs, same quality materials, everything is very big and neat and clean. Two wireless chargers, you've got decent drives, which is more of a rotary style thing, which is interesting. Everything is neatly designed. Now the center console and the armrest also has a little bit of interesting space design. Now the center console here has two cup holders, which is a decent size. Same goes with the center armrest, soft, but it opens from both passenger side as well as the driver side. You have no USB-Cs or anything inside because they have actually put it right over here, which we'll talk it from the back side of these things. Now I'm in the back seat of this BZ Limited all-electric Toyota car, and this is spacious without any doubt. This is an all-electric platform, so flat floor, which is obvious. You have got good decent sized seats, but I would say it is slightly on a lower side from the floor ratio. That's why the under thigh support is not as good as other products, but it still kind of works. Now it does have a center armrest, softer padding and everything. You get two switches for your heated switch, USB-Cs and typical AC vents. The talking point is this panoramic sunroof, which does open, which is something new for the electric cars to get used to. Overall spacious and a very typical RAV4-ish, I would say, electric car in the Toyota's portfolio, which you can buy it for roughly around 60 odd $1,000, and it does give you a range of 430 kilometers. So I think if you are a true Toyota fan, you can consider this, but there are a lot of other options available in the market for this price point. Present to you the all new 2026 Toyota 4Runner. Yes, you are right. If you are an off-road lover and you are looking for a 7-seat option or an off-road version or even 5-seat option with regular gas powered or an hybrid version, this car has got you covered. On my right, you see this is the TRD Pro, which is a typical off-road version, very different exterior design, interior design. It's one of the off-road versions. But right now, what we are going to deep dive into is this particular RAV4 limited version with a 7-seat option. Reason being is this is the one which most of the families would consider. Now, this one here, what we have is the regular gasoline version of it, which is a 2.4 liter engine, inline 4, produces 278 horsepower, and it is a decent power size. But if you go with a hybrid version of the same car, you get roughly around 326 horsepower and a hybrid powertrain. Now let's talk about the exterior design first. Again, if you see the older RAV4, they still have stuck with the same proportion and the design language, which I love for the fact that it has to be recognized far away that it's a 4Runner. But I love that modern touches. Look at this aluminum or kind of silver grill here, which has this interesting bits of design element with a big Toyota logo, like this broken design where you have a first grill and a second grill with some radar system, front camera and a third lower bumper which is more aggressive with the skid plate. You have this fog lights which is quite big for your off-roading. I love this headlights where you have this 4Runner glowing, as well as a very decent small clear headlights with a black accent to it, high beam, low beam, and everything looks typical RAV4-ish. The front hood is quite higher and it looks really clean and muscular in my opinion. Over to the sides is where you will see the same RAV4 design continues with these big mufflers. The good thing is this is body painted and not plastic, so it is certainly not like an off-road version of it. The tires are massive with roughly around 20 inches of rims, and I love this tires which is kind of quite fat for a good softer ride. Over to the side, as you see, this is a limited version, but this paint is grey in color, so you don't have an option of blacked out side mirrors, but at least you have integrated turn signals. Another cool thing is it comes standard with this footboard for you to hop inside the car, because this one is roughly around 8.9 inches of ground clearance or even more, which I really love the way it is. This portion of this car is my favorite because it kind of sculpts out. It is more muscular and it gives you a wider and bigger stance to it. Again, the same element from the side skirt continues, but this is actually a more taller and a more longer car. This is around 195 inches long, so it kind of elevates in terms of the legroom and the third row space inside as well. But the back is still that typical 4Runner-ish in my opinion, but they have modernized it in a bit. Overall, if you see, the tail lights here is kind of more C-shape going toward the side with 3D effect to it. I love this black and accent in this. Also, you have this Toyota logo here which is spelled out beautifully with this typical some engraving on this with a body colored finish. These are the buttons for you to lock unlock this particular window. I believe it opens in my opinion. You have got two rear cameras, one for the backup and one for your rear view mirror, I believe. Also, you have got this skid plate here which is more rubberized for off-roadish. You have got integrated tow hitch. The lower bumper here is very elegant, no exhaust system which is exposed except that one right there which comes standard. Overall you do get spare wheel right under this, and it is a full size spare wheel, mind you. It's not a Stephanie wheel, so that means even if you get punctured in somewhere in the rocky mountains or anywhere, you still have an option to just change the tires and continue. The big Forerunner spell here is the prominent language of Forerunner. Opening the trunk itself is power operated, and there you will see all the off-roadish elements of this car. Now as you see the net here, which kind of is an optional setting here. I don't know how we can quickly open this. There you go. But what you can see here is the third row option leaves you with basically no trunk space in my opinion. So let me fold this third row here first to show you how flat this can be after it is all flat on this side, and then it opens up some trunk space for you guys. Overall it's an off-road vehicle, so you can actually see that ruggedness and the hard plastic and everything for your use. You have got a standard household power outlet here. You have got 14 speaker JBL system in this. Because this is the third row, they have used this particular area for third row passengers as well. Overall, this small window on both sides kind of will be a welcome change for the third row passengers to not feel claustrophobic. So one interesting thing about this 400 is you have got a very clean design where the wiper is stuck inside, and also you can open this glass with these buttons over here, which is a very neat design for you to use this item even if you want to pick something like a big snowboard or everything. Now let's hop inside the front seats and understand the interior space of this. First of all, being an off-road SUV, the best thing is you actually have a good stepping height with this footboard, and there you go. I must say it does give you a much more elevated feel than the previous generation RAV4. This has this espresso brown kind of seats, very soft, perforated, heated and ventilated, 8 to 10 way adjustable driver's seat. You have got tons of buttons over here for traction control and whatnot. But look at the steering wheel, it is quite big, perforated, as well as I would say leathered, not leathered, but it has got all the bells and whistles you need. 14 inches of infotainment screen, just like how you find in Lexus cars, 12.3 inches of driver's display. The windshield is quite small the way it is designed. Let me take this out for a minute and you can see it the way it is. It is quite higher. The bonnet is so high that you can literally don't see anything in front, so you need to have a good judgment in terms of how bigger the car's length is. Overall, on the driver's door panel you see all those off-road touches what you were thinking in your mind. You have this dual tone finish, soft leather here with stitching, brown leather here, softer here. But look at this cool things with some netted feeling. You have got some interesting storage space here, storage space here with all hard plastic for a typical off-road lover, and it looks really nice with this big massive speaker grill. Now let us talk about the dashboard and the center console from the passenger side. Alright, now over from the passenger side, this Forerunner looks really rugged, right? Look at this front dashboards with this hard plastic and some storage space here with this carbon fiber style plastic mimicking, which is interesting. A very typical glove box which you can actually lock it with a physical key. That's interesting, right? Softer, which is a good welcome change. The center console here is designed to be used in a very rough terrain and rough environment. So you see this dials are really kind of interesting choice. I love the way it feels because it has got those interesting grooves and more plastic rubber feel to it. You've got a lot of keys here for your hatchback system, your wireless system with two USB-Cs, some storage space here, a very interesting big gear lever which you would love to use very often. You have got drive modes and tow haul features and everything what you need for an off-roader, a decent size cup holder and a center console which is not deep at all, but this armrest is quite soft. But well, this is an off-roader, right? So you need to have a lot of fun with this. So that's why you got this cool handles for the passengers to be not worried about. The seats quality as you see is softer, perforated and looks really nice. Let's hop inside the second and third row and understand how good it is. All right then, as we get inside the second row, as you see, it's quite high from the floor, so you need to have good strength to hop inside. This is a typical off-roadish, but you still have a decent space in the second row for sure. Softer and quite longer and wider seats here, which is really interesting. And also the foot space below the front rows are kind of decent. Fairly flat floor, I would say. Little bit of hump here for the middle passenger, but should be fine. You have got like two AC vents, USB-Cs and household power outlet here as well, which is a nice change. You do not have a panoramic sunroof, so you just have one in the front, not for the second and third row passengers. Now you see the second row. Let me show you how close the third rows are in this. It's not electronically managed. So you have this lever right here, which you just pull it, it flats the second row. And I'll just give you a glimpse of how the third row looks like. It's certainly for just kids and an afterthought in my opinion, but it is there for you to use if you want to. Most of the times you can just flat it like how this one is to get that extra cargo space. And that's one thing. Another thing what I noticed is the overall headroom because of the higher floor is kind of very thin. I'm like 5'8" and I'm almost brushing the floor. So if you are a 6-footer, it would be hard for you to kind of sit in this second row. Well, that's pretty much it from my side for this 4Runner. I believe this is certainly for people who are off-road enthusiasts, who are into a Toyota's brand value and Toyota's kind of loyalty side of things. But the price point of this car is roughly around 75,000 Canadian dollars, which certainly gets you into a luxury car space. But you can certainly consider the Land Rover instead if you want more luxurious feel to it. Now I'm going to present to you the all-new 2026 Toyota Crown Platinum in this hybrid max powertrain right here. I love this beautiful red paint here, but the fact is this is one of the newer designs which Toyota is now coming into and bringing all of their cars into this design language. Right next to me is the Crown Signia right there, which is the SUV version of the same platform, which we'll talk later. For now, look at this front design of this top of the line Platinum model. Again, I love the slim LED headlights with the daytime running lights across the width of the car, the aggressive looking front bumper. This is all black grille with those accent to it. It is not open, it is closed. There is only this portion which is open. I love this lower bumper, which also has this beautiful accent of silver finish to it, and it looks really premium. Though the black thing will be hard to maintain, but it still looks really nice. You have the radar system right in front here. Overall, in my opinion, this new language of the Toyota Crown is really a leap forward for Toyota brand in terms of the way it used to look before and what it is looking now. Now, over to the side is where you will realize what I'm trying to say. First of all, look at this massive 20-inch alloy wheels with this two-tone finish, black and silver, and oh boy, it looks really nice, isn't it? Overall, the side mufflers here with plastic cladding will give you more robustness in rough areas. The black accent side mirrors with integrated turn signals. The chrome finish across the window trims looks really premium and luxurious because it's a platinum model. The black cladding as well as the overall side look is very sportsback and slopey, but we will translate it into a space inside once we talk about the interior. Over to the rear side of this car where you will see this interesting design element connecting back just like a Mercedes language where it kind of flamboyantly connects over here. Overall, the best interesting design element in my opinion is right in the back here, and here you see it spells Crown Platinum Hybrid Max, which says this is their top of the line 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder hybrid powertrain which produces 340 horsepower. For this size, it is really fun to drive. Let us hop inside the car of this new Crown Platinum model and understand the fit and finish quality and the luxurious accent of this car. Over the stepping height of this Crown is quite nice. I love the fact that the seats are comfortable and soft immediately as soon as I sit inside this. It feels really top notch and luxurious. I'm going to take this out for a while to give you a fair understanding of the dashboard. Look at the steering wheel. It has that premiumness which I'm looking for from the Toyota brand. Leather stitching here with some buttons for cruise control and everything, and it looks really standard Toyota. You have got 12.3-inch driver's display, 12.9-inch infotainment screen. Again, this is a classic scenario where you will have either 12.9 or 14 inches in the luxurious models. So that's about the screen, standard screen. But let's talk about the seat comfort here, which is softer. You have got 10-way adjustable power operated driver's seat. You have got some decent buttons over here. The most important thing is the driver's door panel here. This does not have intriguing color choices. It's all blacked out, but I do believe that this could have been little more softer. This is a plastic. This is more of a leathered or rubberized finish to it, but it looks really softer and premium. I love this chrome finish and overall the one touch buttons up here. The lower has a good deep cubby space and it is softer than other cars, which is good to know. I love the skid plates where it spells Toyota Crown and it looks really luxurious. let's talk about the dashboard and the center console from the passenger side. Or from the passenger side, as you see, the seats are really comfortable, and I love this design language with some stitching elements, some copper finish to it as well. That translates into the dashboard as well. You see the trim here, it's also kind of a light copper finish, and it really goes well with this AC vents, softer plastic here, softer plastic here, which is what I want in RAV4 as well, Toyota. As well, as you see, the cup holder is quite small, but it's deep, which is good. Now the center console here does come with a lot of informations. I'll just hold this for here. This is kind of a piano style finish. You've got ventilated, heated HVAC system here. You've got small space over here. You have an interesting way of wireless charging, which is right here, where you just clamp your phone inside to USB-Cs. Again, a very interesting small drivetrain which has also that copper finish. I love this material, which is plastic, dark gray, but it looks really shiny and premium. Now the side as well as the center console here opens from both the ways. From the passenger side, which has some small tray as well as decent size space inside with one USB-C, and you can also open it from the passenger side. The center console is quite soft, and you can also open it from the driver's side. Now let's hop inside the back row and understand how spacious the sedan is. So now I'm here in the back row of this Crown Platinum, and boy, this certainly looks a spaceship in terms of the space it provides in the back row, isn't it? Look at how much legroom I have. Even the legroom under the front seats are quite decent in terms of the overall space. The seats are super comfy, perforated, heated, and you even have armrest, which is really soft and premium with this cover and two cup holders. What I love about is the overall openness of this cars in terms of the width, as well as the beautiful panoramic sunroof you get in this car, which is an interesting element for this particular price point. Now the rear passenger also gets their own AC vents with two USB-Cs, and that's pretty much it. But I must say, this car is really spacious, clean and very neat design. The only zonk here in my opinion is the price point. This car here at an MSRP sticker of 68,000 Canadian dollars, it's slightly on a higher side. Yes, I understand this is a more powerful version of Toyota in terms of the horsepowers, but I believe this car is still in the range of where it should be. And if you are a Toyota fan and if you love a sedan which is more in the Camry style, where it is more spacious, more good quality interior material and a good power, then this is the one for you. In front of me is this all new Toyota RAV4 in this top of the line limited edition. This one here comes with an hybrid powertrain. We tried and tested 2.5 liter 4-cylinder inline engine which produces 236 horsepower, and it is enough or not, we'll find out later. But for now, let me walk you through the exterior of this car, the interior, and understand how good this car is compared to the last generation, which I believe there is a very subtle change in terms of the exterior design, and some part of this car actually also looks like a Nissan Rogue, isn't it? Well, before that, let's talk about the front of this car. You see, I love the way this particularly red maroonish paint looks. I love this new design of the headlights, which is like, I love this headlight design, which is kind of a C shape, which has daytime running lights. The fog lights are also available. The front grille of this is my kind of a honeycomb style, but it looks really nice. You have got front camera system. The lower bumper is also really luxurious with some skid plate over here, which is chrome finish. Over to the side is where you will see it is the RAV4 in every which way, because the shape and size and everything looks pretty much a RAV4 from the previous generation, isn't it? Though the tires are really nice, the new rim are looking more luxurious than before. I believe this is 18 inches of rim, but you can choose as big as 19 or 20. But for me, this goes perfectly fine because of the ride quality, which will be much more softer. You have got plastic cladding over here for more of an off-road look. I love this blacked out side mirrors with integrated turn signals. Overall, nothing fancy from the side. It looks as RAV4-ish as it is. Square box here design, upright stance with some cladding downstairs, roughly around 8 inches of ground clearance. Over to the side and the back is where things change. This is a new element now which connects seamlessly to the roof of this spoiler. Overall is this new tail light which defines the back of the new RAV4. From this quarter side angle, you see it looks really like a old Nissan Rogue. I love the fact that this has got all LED lights which kind of mimics and does some dance when you turn on the car. The RAV4 lettering now is very prominent with a small Toyota logo over here. Again, this is a top of the line limited edition which is really nice. This comes with hybrid powertrain, so roughly around 50 mpg of combined mileage, which is really nice. The lower bumper here is very simple and elegant with some grey finish to it. No exposed exhaust system. Let's talk about the rear cargo space. Well, in my opinion, the cargo space here is roughly around 27 to 28 cubic feet. And look at the way it is. It's really nice and elegant. You have got JBL sound system. I love the fact that they have Toyota RAV4 in a glown letters here in the skid plate. Something interesting touch in this car. You have got good decent cargo cover here as well, which kind of extends and easy to remove it. You can even flat the second row seats right here from this levers. Overall boxier design means good cargo space without any doubt. Now let's talk about the interior of this car. Okay, so let me hop inside the car of this RAV4 and understand how different it is from the previous generation. Again, the stepping height is quite nice because of the 8-inch ground clearance. This is RAV4 for you guys. Typical RAV4-ish. I love this fact that the steering wheel has good telescopic and tilted adjustment, which is really nice. Also, what you will see is this massive 12.9-inch infotainment screen along with the 12.3-inch driver's display, and the steering wheel itself is quite new, good physical buttons, cruise control and everything is very neatly designed. Though the steering wheel could have been little more luxurious, this is more of a leatherette material, not leather, and kind of feels cheap at some places, but it is what it is. But I love the overall quality of this product so far. It does come with a heads up display as well, and this big AC vents are a plus point, especially in this cold weather or extreme hot weather as well. You have got decent side seats, very soft and comfy, 6 to 8 way adjustable powered driver's seat, which is also great. Again, that glowing RAV4 at every doors gives you that extra luxury. The door panels here is very simple and elegant. Again, two-tone finish here. This is more of a grayish finish. You can see soft leather here, hard finish plastic, but it still goes well with the overall objective of this car. You have got one touch buttons for all the windows, power operated side mirrors, and you have 2% memory seats here as well, which is a great addition. Though one zonk is the cubby space here is not that deep, but it is quite wide. Now over from the passenger side, I would like to quickly show you the comfort of the seats. Again, it is all leathered, perforated, heated and ventilated. I really love the way it is, but the big talking point is this design element. Look at this design of the dashboard. It is quite low, which is great, but it has got this beautiful compartments. You see this soft leather material here with some plastic finish here. I wish this could have been little more softer material, but you have this beautiful storage space here as well with some rubber finish, so the things does not move easily. You have got good decent size cubby space here as well. But the talking point is the center console. You have got two massive wireless chargers, which is great. The drive modes, the EV mode only because this is in hybrid. All other different settings are right at your fingertips. You have got 45-volt USB-Cs, some camera systems as well as cup holders. Very simple and easy to design. Though one thing is, everything is super hard plastic. You need to get used to it. You have even got some cool cubby space below the charging space for you to store more stuffs here. One thing I must say is this interesting rubber finish which they have in the cup holders as well as here. It has got its own taste and it looks really decent and nice. The gear shifter here is very simple button system and it looks really simple and easy. The beautiful thing is this center armrest is soft and it opens on both sides. From the passenger side, quite deep, you've got some USB-C and a 12-volt charging inside, and if you want to open it from the driver's side, you can do it that as well. I love this small change to this RAV4. I wish they could have used this tunnel more better with putting empty space here and using that as an additional storage as well. But let's hop into the second row and understand how good it is. So now I'm here at the back seat of the new RAV4 Limited. This is a hybrid version, but you do not have compromisation in terms of the rear back seat space. The seat is quite high from the floor again, which is good. Softer seats, perforated as well. That means this is heated. You also have armrest which is quite wide with two cup holders. You even have enough legroom in front of me where you can tuck the legs inside the front seats and sit comfortably for longer journeys. Center space has buttons for heated seats to USB-Cs and a vent for the rear passengers, which is great. You also get panoramic sunroof here, which I believe also opens. Overall boxier design means more headroom, more space on the shoulder room side. This is a classic bestseller in Toyota's world. This is their bread and butter. They have improved it from the last generation, and no matter why, people buy this RAV4s today as well, because it just provides the value for money, practicality, and the resale value of the product which you are looking for. In my opinion, this is certainly a leap forward from the previous generation of RAV4. Okay, so this is the Genesis stall here at the Calgary Auto Show 2026, and you have got pretty much what you know about Genesis: the GV80s, the GV70s, the G80, the G70s, the sedan versions of it. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, Genesis is the luxury version of the Hyundai products, but it really has upscaled feel to it, outside, inside as well. Right now, I'm going to present to you the all-new GV80 Coupe from Genesis brand, one of the most luxurious arm of Hyundai Motors. And as you can see, this car is a gem of a car. The front looks super awesome, something unique in the market out there. Now, this is essentially a coupe version of the GV80, the 3-row family SUV, but what you see here is small design element changes for the newer 2026 model. First of all, the logo here is now, chrome deleted, but it looks so hot and, elegant, isn't it? The blacked out grills, the honeycomb style, the front camera, the overall front look is one of my favorite, especially those two eye-line kind of a headlight with an LED daytime running lights blacked out, all pixels inside, everything is top notch. Look at this massive 22-inch glossy black alloy wheels. It looks so nice. Even these turn signals over here with the LED lights and this beautiful design elements, even this black or greenish dark color which has got this sparkling effect into it, it really is a premium offering from Hyundai Motors in form of Genesis. This is their side mirrors with turn signals. The side look is where you will see the difference in terms of whether this is a GV80 or a GV Coupe. The Coupe, as you see, has a slopey roofline, more sportsback kind of a look, and I believe this is more fun of a GLC Coupe kind of a thing. And as you see, the back of this car looks really muscular, and the way it is really beautiful. Overall, let's talk about the back of this car. That's where you will see a difference. Again, those same eye line, kind of a catchy line design of the tail lights, really awesome. The Genesis spelled, again chrome deleted for your blacked out accent. Look at this massive lower bumper. It is so aggressive yet awesome and luxurious. This rear lights, you've got quad exhaust systems which are exposed and looks so nice. Now, the key talking point of this car being redesigned is the interior space. Let us hop inside the car and give you a quick walk around of the interior as well. Great hopping inside, as it is roughly around 8 to 9 inches of ground clearance, and there you get into a luxurious space where you can actually figure out what height or adjustment you need for your steering wheel with power operated, which is great. And again, as you see, look at the steering wheel, perforated genuine leather with those Genesis logos where that is chrome deleted. I just love this, the way it looks. Even these button systems and everything, natural real open hood right here, and also on your door panels, which I'll show you in a bit. You've got good controls, ambient lighting here, slim AC vents, and 12 to 14 way adjustable with a massage inbuilt seats here for the driver side, quilted again with perforated, heated and ventilated. But look at this door panel. You've got Bang& Olufsen sound system, leather stitching over here with that same open hood feel to it, all blacked out, but it looks so nice. This ambient lighting goes over here as well. Look at the small details of the keys, if may I. If you see this rotary, this is apparently to kind of adjust your side mirrors, but those engraving inside it, the high metal feel to this switches, and even this portion here is soft plastic, not like hard plastic. You can't hear anything while I'm scratching, isn't it? That's about the luxury what Genesis is into. Even those aluminum pedals and everything elevates the experience what you get for the price of $108,000. Well, it's certainly cutting by $30,000 to $40,000 when you get into a Mercedes GLE coupe or something like that in a BMW X6 or something, but you get a lot of luxury. Let me go through the interior from the passenger side. All right then, so over from the passenger side, first of all, look at the seats, man. This is high quality seats with the headrest which kind of comes in forward. You even have the buttons over here to kind of adjust this backrest for the back passengers right from here as well, and even the under thigh support kind of extends forward. The dashboard here is top notch, soft leather over here, open hood fill, elegant slim AC vents, ambient lighting, decent glove box, and the talking point is this good massive 12.3-inch screens. This one is not operating because it's a demo right now. This entire area is more of an hatchback system with touch controls and haptic feedback. You've got wireless charger, USB-Cs, and the elegance of this continues here with this open wood fill here as well. The best part of this car I love is this crystal knobs for your drive selects, this crystal knobs for managing this operating system, this diamond style buttons for going back and forth. Even the same continues for the volume and every other thing here. You have this beautiful armrest which opens in dual wear, not too deep but decent enough, and the soft leather continues. Overall panoramic sunroof, you have got headliner over here, everything is top notch. You even have this digital rear view mirror here itself. But now let me go to the second row. Being a coupe, does it really offer the space or it compromises? Let's check out. Now I'm in the back seat of the GV80 Coupe, and as you see, though the roofline is couped, but boy, it does have enough headroom, and there is a cutout as well which kind of brings more flexibility in terms of the height adjustment. The seats are way too comfortable, heated and ventilated. You have got household power outlet, USB-Cs, some touch controls for your rear seats, AC vents, as well as you have got some good kind of armrest going on here as well, and the seats recline also. You have got sun visors here as well for the rear passengers. All the high quality material continues here as well. Overall, I must say Genesis does a great job in giving you the luxury what you need for almost 30-40,000 dollars less than those German car manufacturers in the luxury space. Well, if you are into a luxury product, I must certainly say that you should shortlist this one before you look for GLE Coupe or something else in the market. Right behind me, as you can see, this is their Woodland edition, the top of the line, and boy, they have completely revamped this car from the previous generation. First of all, from the engine, which is one of the newest thing in this car. This has got the 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder engine with turbocharged. So this produces almost 220 horsepower and maybe 230-40 pound-feet of torque. And I love that they have got a lot of sound damping materials here and there with the hydraulic hood. So it looks like a promising product. Now let's talk about the front design. Exterior design, I would say, still holds that Cherokee's definition of how it looks in the past, but it is much more boxier now than before. I love this 7 grills, which is a signature of Jeep. You have got some front camera system here with a washer, which is great. You do have fog lights as well in the front, but the front bumper is massive, isn't it? With all this rubber cladding, it looks more rugged in every way. Let me go on the other side to give you a fair understanding of the side profile. I love the headlights, by the way. This is kind of a U-shaped daytime running lights, all blacked out, and it's a very clean design. I wish they could have used this portion and make it more aerodynamic to pass the air from the front. On the side, it has got that typical Jeep look. I love this blue color as well. Some plastic cladding, square boxy cuffs, massive 20 inches or 21 inches wheel. I love this open style aluminum rims, and it looks really classic. Over to the sides, you get this side blacked out mirrors with integrated turn signals and camera system there as well. Cherokee written right, bold and clean. I love the oral cladding on the bottom. Again, 8 inches of ground clearance as an SUV. What you have new is this flush door handles, which apparently opens with just touch of a button inside, and it's quite a good design. Overall, the profile and the look remains boxier, mimicking the front. I love this chrome dark accent on the windows. Even this spoiler here is very tough and rugged, which is nice. Wait until we talk about the efficiency of this car, which is surprising as well. Overall, on the side of this car, you see it continues the same design language. The most important change is also in the back. The back looks really simple, elegant, a typical Jeep design. Look at this box here, tail lights, all LEDs, as you can see, 4x4, and this one also is a hybrid version. The price tag of this car is roughly around $56,000, but hey, you have an Orland badge. This is the top of the line. Let's talk about the trunk, and the trunk is also very big indeed with boxier design, goes quite deep. It is roughly around 28 cubic feet if I'm not wrong. You've got some good speaker elements, 9 speakers. In fact, you've got 12-volt charger here, and you even might have a full Stephanie wheel, or it is, or yeah, it is a complete wheel, not a Stephanie wheel, which is also good to know for your off-roading style. You've got good cladding over here. Now this one does not have a power closing, which is a zonk at this price point, because I don't see any buttons over here. But well, let's just talk about the interior of this brand new Cherokee, because that's where you'll be surprised. Now, as I said, this handle is very flush and simple, nice stepping height inside as well, but that's where everything changes. This premium leather seats, perforated, heated and ventilated, 8 to 10 way adjustable electronic driver side seats. You even have everything new. In fact, if you go by the steering wheel, it is having good play for telescopic and tilted adjustment. There is this voice which I'm trying to reduce. If it okay, so the dashboard is very clean and neat, but let's talk about the steering wheel first. The steering wheel has this hexagonal or octagonal feel to it, very soft and decent. Chill buttons, I love it. Very simple Jeep logo. You have got a decent 12.3 inches of driver's display, but I love the way it looks. It's way more premium than RAV4 or Honda Sierra, to be very honest. Look at this leather dashboard with stitching. You have got this engraving material here on, and also this AC vents, this two-tone finish, all these buttons and everything is all soft and great quality. In fact, look at this door panel, two-tone finish. I love this interesting open color. You have got leather here, softer plastic, and most importantly, this button here is to open the door, which is more premium. Overall, this plastic quality buttons are quite high end. The Alpine music system here is also decent, and everything is hard plastic, but it's still high quality. Let us talk about the center console and the driver's display and infotainment screen from the passenger side. Alright, so over from the passenger side, I would love you to see the fit and finish and interior quality. First of all, look at the seats. The seats are perforated, highly bolstered, soft, and really premium. The dashboards here has this two-tone finish, as I mentioned, very slim AC vents with some texture here. It does have some ambient lighting, I believe, as well. Also a decent sized big glove box, deep and wide. But the talking point is this massive 13 or maybe 14-inch screen, or 12.3 inch. I don't have the exact number, but it looks bright, simple, elegant, flush, and very luxurious for this price point. You have this touch control buttons on both the sides, which looks really nice. Look at this, heated and ventilated seats, looks really clean. You've got this HVAC system, also very neatly designed and simple. You've got this also buttons here for your access to USB-Cs. You have wireless charging pad over here, as well as some storage. I accidentally turned on the HVAC, but look at this rubber finish center console. It's actually looking better than that cheap high gloss plastic, in my opinion. This piece here is really simple and elegant. I love this rotary style drive select. You have drive modes with sand, snow, everything else in between, auto hold, and in fact the wireless charging is right here tucked inside this clip. That one is just a storage. The glove box here is quite deep with a USB-C in there as well, and the center armrest is also soft and decent. Let's hop inside the second row and understand how open and spacious it is. So now I'm in the back row of the new 2026 Jeep Cherokee, and boy, it is a spacious car for sure. And more importantly, it has got really high fit and finishing quality. The softer bolstered as well as perforated seats has vent only heated, mind you, which you can operate it from the switches here. You have got your own AC vents, household power outlet, two USB-Cs, and fairly flat floor for a combustion engine, which is good to have. A lot of leg space in front of me as well, good headroom as well. You have got a great panoramic sunroof here, which you can even open, which is again nice. And the small touches like this beautiful high-end LED lights are also great welcome change. Even the door panels for the second rows are very nice with some intriguing two-tone, three-tone color combinations, softer plastic and leather here as well, which kind of elevates the overall feel of the second passenger. The armrest here is also decent size, and I don't know whether this seat reclines, which I don't think so, but it still has a good posture for you to have a long journey. And that pretty much it. In my opinion, with this brand new Cherokee in the market, consumers should certainly consider this over RAV4 or even Honda CRV, or at least check once, because you might be surprised for the price point and the engine's performance and the fit and finish quality and the material choices which this car can offer you, certainly more upscale than the other two brands. Alright folks, so right, I am in the Jeep stall and you can see tons of cars here as well. There are Ram 1500 trucks, they have the Pacifica right there, they have their Charger in front of you, and you have that Jeep Compass, the brand new Grand Wagoneer, the Jeep Wrangler right there, and you have got some interesting car right behind, which is the Rubicon version of it. And the most interesting part of this is the car right behind me, which is in red, which is the brand new Jeep Cherokee, which we are going to review it now. And look at this car, actually the Jeep Wrangler, actually the Rubicon version, you can literally make it open like the way it is, open the doors, keep it more off-roadish and have fun, whether you are in the off-road terrain or you are going to an African safari. Alright then, now I'm at this Kia stall, and as you can see, they've got good presence here as well. I mean, logically speaking, I was expecting their new Telluride to be here, which unfortunately it does not have it here. I mean, unfortunately they don't have it here, so it is what it is. But you do have likes of Sorento right on my left. Other color options, you have got that EV9. This one here is their MPV, what you call it. You've got Saltos and a small version of K4 hatchback, as well as a sedan version. In fact, this one here is the K4 version of hatchback, which most of you might have not seen it, but it looks really cool and decent, as you can see. And the sedan version, you have seen it in my channel before, but it looks really decent and simple as well. The interesting thing is about this K4 pricing and the space inside. As you can see, the space is very decent. In fact, the rear passenger space is also quite cool. Design element pretty much remains the same. The price tag here is roughly 27,000, 29,000 Canadian dollars, which is a great price if you are looking for a small hatchback called K4 right here. What we have here is this EV4, which is the electric version of the K4 design, but look at how the difference is in terms of the design language here. It looks pretty cool, isn't it? In fact, the way it looks is quite different than the regular K4. This is their electric version, the EV4. It will cost you roughly around $50,000, but it looks quite interesting from the back as well. As far as the interior goes, it is the typical Kia design, that 12.3-inch screens, those two-tone interior, but everything looks very minimalistic here. The back seat room is also quite nice and decent. You might be qualified for a federal rebate in this car, so might want to check out if you are interested in this. Well, we are here at the Lexus stall as well, and you can see typical Lexus cars starting from TX right there, RX, NX, and their one and only open coupe style luxury SUV or the sports car right there as well. And you got some ES cars going on, but no ES new version here as well. So basically, Lexus does not have more to offer from the brand new releases what they have recently. This one here is the all electric version of the car, which they call it as RZ, but it's basically and essentially the same as the Toyota BZ or even the Subaru cars, which is sharing the same platform and same technology. What we have here is the Maserati and Alfa Romeo stall as well, where you will see those cool looking Maserati cars right here with the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. So the Alfa Romeo Stelvio is here, Tamelo or Tamela is right there. And we have got some Massarati going on here as well. This is their grey Cal version of it, but boy, I mean, they have very limited options out here, but they look really nice. If you are an Italian and a lover of Alfa Romeo or Maserati, this is a place for you. Everyone, so right now I'm at the Mitsubishi stall, and as you can see, we have got quite a good cars here as well. There are a lot of Outlanders, regular plug-in hybrids, as well as hybrid versions as well. You've got all other cars here in terms of what you need for the Mitsubishi brand lovers. Eclipse is here. You have got this different version. Most of them you might already know, they don't have more to offer in terms of the product. There are only hardly 2-3 options. But if you are a Japanese car fan, you might want to look into this kiosk as well. Alright, well, this is Porsche, my friends. This is the Porsche booth, and you have got a lot of options here as well. This is their flagship 911 Carrera GTS, and it's an open version of it and looks really nice. Over to my right, we have this Cayenne. We have this electric turbo, not electric, I would say this is the turbo version of the Macan, and we have a regular Macan here as well. And we have got some cool GT4 RS right here, and over there you can see those typical 911 as well, Boxsters. And we have this one right here, which is the Taycan all electric version of it, and it looks really classic, isn't it? Alright, so now I'm here at the Volkswagen lot here in this auto show, and as you see, they have got those typical Volkswagen cars which we are used to. The only key models in my opinion is the new Tiguan as well as the new Atlas, which you see here. Again, this is your Zeta, there are those Atlas and Atlas Sports. You've got the good entry level model called Taos, which has got some good features for roughly a price point of $40,000. And the most interesting car in their purview is that all electric Volkswagen ID, which is right here. This is a minivan from their 1950s version, and it looks really interesting as you see. And this is an all electric version, roughly around 400 kilometers of range, and it does give the North American buyers that nostalgia of using this Volkswagen cars as their camper van when they used to with the original gasoline model. This one doesn't have that kind of option, but it still has good space over here. It's called Volkswagen ID Buzz, and the space and the small twerks and features are and the small tweaks and features are really cool in this one, as you see, and it is quite big and spacious. Well, I'm right now at the Volvo stall, and you see a lot of cool products here. Most of them I have already reviewed in my channel, but here you can see we have XC90 apparently, we have got XC40 or EX30 here, we have got XC60 or XC40s on front here. Pretty much most of them are typical Volvo cars, really high-end build. These are their EV versions of it. What I was looking for here is the brand new EX60, which obviously I don't think they could have got it here. Maybe next year, but for now, that's pretty much it at the Volvo stall. If you're looking for a Volvo car, do check out this brand new Volvo XC90, which is really facelifted right now.